And we're back. You thought we were gone.
Part two.
Part two, where we're going to talk about Rampage and Collision for this week. Boy, oh boy. You guys ready?
We
Because
we I am too. And what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be getting straight into it.
yeah, let's jump right on in.
We are starting with Rampage. We gotta talk about probably what my favorite show was this week, which is AEW Rampage.
All right, okay.
We're starting off up top with the cult leader, the Ring of Honor World Champion, Mark Briscoe, facing off against the bounty hunter, Bryan Keith. Not calling that other name.
yeah. You don't have to say the other part.
Thank you. I never will. This was actually a very, very good match. Rampage likes to put really competitive matches at the very beginning and at the very end of their shows. This one was definitely that. Some of my favorite parts from this were there was a point where Mark got the chair like he always does. He set it up outside, or he set it up in the ring. He was gonna jump off of it. As he was running, Bounty Hunter came in, took the chair, threw it out of the way, and gave Mark Briscoe something real nasty. Just, it was great. They were hitting each other very hard, very back and forth. This was probably Bryan Keith's best match in AEW.
Nice.
Straight
Nice.
up.
Glad to see it.
Of course, Mark Briscoe got the win. The cult leader had to do what he had to do. Hit Bryan Keith with the J Driller.
Yeah.
But after the match, Chris Jericho came out because this is still Learning Tree conglomeration, so it's a little bit of a continuation from Dynamite.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho came out and hit Mark Briscoe with the bat. Orange Cassidy came out to the ring after that. He tried to beat up Jericho. They had just had the match on Wednesday, quote unquote Wednesday, a couple hours before. Big Bill comes out, gives another nasty big boot. This one was actually nastier than the one in on Dynamite, because the one on Dynamite he kind of snuck it, right? Like he's tall, so he put his foot on top of the bottom rope. This one he slid in the ring and just knocked Orange Cassidy's head into the 15th row.
Jesus Christ.
Then Kyle O'Reilly comes in, tries to even it out, but Big Bill's 7 foot tall. You're not taking him out that easily.
Mm-hmm.
Big Bill hoisted him up with that big stalling chokeslam that he does. Boom, knocked him out. It was yeah, that was really all of that match in that segment.
Okay.
Any thoughts on that one?
Only thought I'm gonna have is Bryan Keith is getting a whole lot of time now, and you're gonna hate what I'm gonna say.
You can go ahead and say it.
He's getting that time now because he's with the Learning Tree. He's with Chris Jericho.
Ugh.
He's getting way more time than he did when he first joined, and I enjoyed it. But this is like the first time he's actually. Well, I won't say the first time. This is first time in a while. I'll just put it like that. That he's had a singles match, like an actual singles match, right?
Yeah.
So it's good to see. And shit, it's not like he's going against no slouch, slouch either. He's going against Mark Briscoe, so it's also equally great. So I'm glad. I'm happy that we're getting more Bryan Keith in the ring and getting him in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know you're gonna hate. I know you hate it.
Yeah. We talked about before, right? Like, as much as I am not a fan of Jericho, he gets all the TV time, right?
Yep.
If you're with him, you're gonna get TV time.
Yep.
And it just even if the time is not ideal, you got to make the most of whatever time you get.
Mm-hmm.
And reasons like this match was really good. So, as much as I hate it, you're. I'm not gonna say you're right.
Oh no!
I'm gonna say you're not wrong.
Oh, okay, okay. It's okay. Okay, I'll take it. One day you're gonna say I'm right, but it's fine though. I'll take what I can get.
We will go straight into the next match, which was 1/3 of the AEW Trios champions, Wheeler Yuta, against the Butcher, Big Butch.
Big Butch.
This match wasn't super long. There's not really a lot to it. To start though, Yuta made another very big mistake. He turned his back to the Butcher, and Butcher jumped him basically. And so Butch basically had control of the match for like the first couple minutes. This wasn't a very long match, beating the shit out of Yuta. And then, as all heels do, making a mistake, they decided to fire up the sad boy. So Butcher started slapping Wheeler Yuta. Yuta had like this look in his eyes. He had that anger like he did last week. We didn't really talk about it too much. But Yuta then went insane. He hit him with like 2 German suplexes, got him with the BCC elbows, and then eventually put him into the counter mutilation and made Butcher tap out. That was really all the match was. It was just getting Yuta on TV. You can see he's still in his sad boy era. He is not happy. He's still distracted. But yeah. Do you have any thoughts on that short match?
It did what it's supposed to, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's just there for Yuta to stack up some wins. You know, give them a little momentum for whatever is about to happen in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, like pretty much, yeah, it did what it had to. And you know, the Butcher is like the perfect person because he's always, no matter what, that dude looks intimidating as fuck.
Yeah, he does. Big Butch.
Until he talks. And just don't listen to him talk.
Oh yeah, nicest guy. Like, yeah. We will move forward. We're gonna go to a backstage segment. We didn't get to talk about this too much last week because we didn't really talk about Rampage or Collision last week. But MXM Collection took Max Caster's jacket because they have a thing right now with the Acclaimed. They took the jacket. They said they were going to give the jacket a makeover. And they said to wait for it. We're going to talk about them a little bit more on Collision. But for right now, we'll just say that they stole Max Caster's jacket. And they're going to have like a little makeover for him. For the jacket. Any thoughts there?
You know what? It gets a tag team a storyline. It gets a set of tag teams other than FTR into some type of limelight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Like, and I think like the perfect people to like start, you know, getting up there and gaslighting are MXM. I think they're like, you know, one of the most entertaining tag teams in AEW right now.
Yeah, they are.
You know, like them and the Outrunners. So, yeah, I think it's great. It gives them more TV time, gets them on TV, and you know, gets us to showcase more tag teams. So yeah, I'm all for it.
All right. We will move on to my second favorite match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Hikaru Shida versus Harley Camron.
Oh, poor Harley.
Actually, no. It was surprisingly back and forth.
Nice.
for the first couple minutes, Shida did have control. Shida was just kind of beating the shit out of Harley for like the first like 2 minutes. Then Saraya hops up on the apron, distracts her, and then Harley hits her. And it was at this point where 6 months ago, you wouldn't have believed that Harley could take advantage of Shida and take control of the match for a couple minutes. But she did. And it looked really good.
Good.
Like, Harley had a good amount of control. I mean, Saraya was helping, right? Trying to distract and things like that. But Harley did a really good job. Once she had control, she tried not to let it go. She was getting a lot of reversals in there. She was going through Shida's offense. She was getting some near falls. Eventually, though, Shida blocks a knee strike and then hits her with a question mark kick. And Saraya's trying to get in there to distract her again. It doesn't work. Shida hits Harley with another knee strike. And then Saraya tries to take the kendo stick to try, and she's gonna hit Shida with it. But Jaimie Hayter runs down and takes the kendo stick away from Saraya. So now Saraya's upset, which gives Shida a chance to hit the Falcon's Arrow for the win.
Nice.
Now, after this, remember this is the first time we see Jaimie Hayter in like a week. After this, Saraya takes the mic. She's really upset, and then she challenges Jaimie Hayter to a Saraya rules match for New York Grand Slam.
Yeah, I heard the rules already of the match.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it. I think I have the list here somewhere. I hope I do. I wrote it down. I do not, but I can talk about them really quick. So the Saraya's rules matches, basically, they're gonna be a lot funnier. They were like 10 rules. First rule was like there are no rules except for the following rules. Basically, Saraya can do whatever she wants.
Yep.
Like Saraya can use weapons. Saraya can have outside interference. Saraya has to get the first offense of the match. Saraya doesn't have to abide by the 10 count. There's no punching, there's no biting, scratching, clawing unless you're Saraya. Like there are a lot of rules. Basically, Saraya can do whatever she wants, and Jaimie Hayter, honestly, there's not much she can do.
And Jaimie Hayter's still gonna win.
Oh, of course. But that's happening. So we're gonna get rid of this pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
You have any thoughts on the match or the segment afterwards?
No, I'm actually good with it. More Jaimie Hayter on my TV. More Hikaru Shida. We had a Hikaru Shida match, which means more Hikaru Shida on my TV also.
Yes, sir.
More Harley Camron. Yeah. It's all a win. It's all a W.
Next up, we will talk about what was my favorite match of the night.
Okay.
Roderick Strong and the Beast Mortos, or I guess Frank Mortos, according to Matt Taven. I don't know.
Oh! I can explain that real quick.
Oh, good. Yeah, please do. I have no idea what it means.
Okay, so there was like a little side thing that happened. It was online. I think they showed it on one of the AEW TV episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Taven was in Mexico. He got in trouble. He got put in jail in Mexico, and somebody slid a card into his jail cell, and it was for Frank Mortos, attorney at law.
What?
So the Beast Mortos is also a lawyer.
Oh, I know Mark Sterling's upset.
So Mortos got Taven out of jail in Mexico. It's a story, which is why he's sticking around the Undisputed Kingdom lately.
Let's go, Frank. Frank
He's the
Mortos. That's a good story.
yep.
Oh my god. I want to talk about that more. But we will go into the match. Frank Mortos and Roderick Strong wrestled against local talent Joe Keys and Marcus Mathers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to talk about the match. We already know that Mortos and Roddy won, right? I don't have to get into this, right?
Right.
But let me tell you, and I'm gonna say this once. It's gonna sound like deja vu once we get into collision stuff.
Uh-huh.
But Mortos and Roderick Strong as a tag team,
Yeah.
they were actually hitting a lot of tandem tag team offense.
Oh, nice.
Like, I'm not talking about just like normal tag team. I'm talking like non-communication LIJ type shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like they did like a backbreaker combination. They were doing a lot of like shit, all to pin them both. Both Rod Strong and Frank pinned their competition in the middle of the ring together. They look like they were like in sync on the same page. They look like they could be tag team champions tomorrow.
Nice.
But that's all I got. There's really not a lot to this match. Do you have anything?
Nope. More Mocho. It's gonna sound like the last thing I said. More Mochos and more Roderick Strong on TV makes me happy. So yes, this is good.
You're gonna get your wish because we're gonna talk about them again a little bit later.
Damn right we are.
Next up, for our final backstage segment,
Okay.
my girl, Deonna Purrazzo, was backstage.
Mm-hmm.
She is now back, and she is very mob bossy.
Yep.
So she was saying that she has a lot of friends in high places, and she's made friends everywhere she's been, and it's time to have one of those friends. And walks on screen Taya Valkyrie.
Yes.
So now those two are working together, and Proffitt, me and you have talked about it off the podcast, but those two have a history.
Oh yeah.
Long history.
Mm-hmm.
They were fighting over the CMLL Women's Championship for a while. They've been in Impact doing their thing. Like, they have a long history.
Yeah. And I'll say this. For anyone that does not know about, like, you know, the Deonna Purrazzo, Taya Valkyrie, like, going back and forth and, like, you know, their history and stuff like that, I would just say look it up. Their matches are awesome. They're, especially, like, because, like, she does not get a whole lot of credit, Taya Valkyrie. Taya Valkyrie's super good.
She's
like,
so
really
good.
Really damn good. Like, I would tell you, go watch their matches because they're fantastic.
And don't worry, we will be talking about them more a little bit later too. We're just gonna go down the list today, knock these out.
Yeah, let's knock it out.
Main event. Rampage has been doing these 4-ways recently a lot. It was Lio Rush versus Rocky Romero versus Kip Sabian versus Nick Wayne. And I cannot break this match down because a lot was going on. I can say that they have been really trying to get this story across between Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne. They had that match a couple weeks ago. A lot happened in this match. I can't break it down. These 4-ways are all really good. If you have any time to watch, realistically, you should watch all of Rampage because this whole episode was really good. They're really doing a lot to put story threads through. They had a lot of really good matches on here. But if you only have time to watch one match, And if you couldn't watch like a quick short one, this one's the one to watch. Very good. But for the end of this match, Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne were kind of doing their thing. Kip ended up blocking Nick's finisher move, which is the Wayne's World. Put him into a suplex. Leo Rush came in and tried to get a frog splash in, and Nick Wayne caught him in the midair with a cutter. Fantastic. So Leo Rush rolls out of the ring. Rocky comes in. Rocky gets hit by with the burning hammer from Kip Sabian. And as Kip Sabian is about to try to get the pin, it's actually happening right now. Nick Wayne pushed him out of the way and got the 1-2-3. So Nick Wayne won this match by literally stealing it from Kip Sabian. All while his dad is watching and his mom are watching from the back. Do you have any thoughts on the main event?
No. We got Rocky Romero, which is good. We've got Kip Sabian back in the ring. Like, finally, I was wondering where the fuck that guy was. We got Leo Rush back in the ring too, again. He's on, he's getting consistently there every week now. And yeah, and Nick Wayne, he's finally in the ring again. Also, like, everybody is back in the ring again, and they happen to be all in the same match. So yeah, it's great. I like it.
This was a lot of people complain about Rampage and like there's nothing to Rampage, but for the last couple of weeks, Rampage has been really good. I don't know why Rampage is so on and off, but them doing something with Rampage is good because they're finally doing something with the show.
Yeah, I think there's other factors in play here. I think there's other factors in play.
That TV deal.
Yep. And that Rampage might not exist anymore after this.
Shockwave.
Yep. So, not official or anything like that, but that could be like the reason why they're showcasing it for. Okay, it's like, hey, this is what we can do, on that show.
I'm excited.
Same. I can't wait for that announcement.
But
I might have to do a special episode for that, but yeah, I can't wait for it.
Oh yeah, the second that we hear about it, we're gonna be talking about it.
We might have to go that night, man.
Oh yeah. But now we go to Collision.
All right, let's get it.
This episode of Collision had a lot of things that were continuations from the rest of the week. Like, okay, this week of AEW felt like the most like fluid week ever. Like they had a couple different stories going on in everything, right? But a lot of the story beats just kind of flowed very well this week.
Right.
The first match was not a match that flowed very well. The first match was a match that was very violent. We had, for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships, the champions, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, against the challengers, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. And it was a bunkhouse brawl match.
Ooh. If
y'all don't know what that is, it's just a no DQ match. Basically. Yep. Dustin is the king of those because he is from Texas, and that's just people from Texas just kind of get power-ups in these bunkhouse brawl matches. It's one of those things in wrestling you just can't explain it. You just kind of got to go with it.
Yeah.
God, I am only going to go through a couple spots. I'm not going to go crazy with this. To start, Taven and Ben didn't even really get a chance to come down the apron. They kind of got jumped immediately, like coming up the ramp. At one point, Undisputed Kingdom hit Sammy with a Doomsday device from outside of the ring.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And then Taven landed really hard and landed on a chair. Not a great landing for Taven.
Oh boy.
There was a point where there were two chairs and Dustin slams, I think it actually might have been Taven again, actually, through the chair and then just kind of like stretched him on the broken chair. Didn't look great. It looked like it really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where there was a cowbell and Dustin Rhodes was hitting both Taven and Bennett with it. Going crazy. Now for Bennett, there was a point where Bennett basically got field goal, got punted, while Dustin Rhodes had a boot wrapped with barbed wire. It was a lot. They went back and forth. Very good match. But Sammy hit Bennett with the swanton from the top of a ladder for Dustin and Sammy to win.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on this match?
So I kind of alluded to this on the TNA show about that chair spot.
Yep.
It happened 2 times. Coincidentally, the same spot happened twice in 1 week, and they both looked awful.
Bro.
Both times it happened. So, yeah, like, it, crazy. I'm glad, like, one of the things I'm happy about is just Dustin Rhodes still doing his thing. He goes out there and just gives it his all every time, so it's awesome to see. You know, and I'll say it every week while he's away from Jericho. It's good to see Sammy far away from Jericho also and doing his thing. And Taven and Bennett. You know, those guys, you know, they don't get a lot of praise, even though they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like just overall, it's great that they showed out in this match.
Now, I gotta ask your opinion on something that happened a little bit later in the show, but also involved Sammy and also involved Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
So, a little bit later in Collision, Sammy and Dustin are getting interviewed backstage. Sammy's looking at Dustin and he's saying, "Oh man, you're Dustin 2 belts. I kind of want 2 belts. So I'm just going to put it out there. I challenge you, Okada, to an eliminator match. And if I can beat you, I will challenge you for the Continental Championship on Dynamite 5th anniversary."
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Sammy might be going a little crazy trying to wrestle Okada next week?
Well, Sammy, it was good knowing you.
Yeah. I don't think you want to wrestle Okada right now.
It's like I said, it's Okada season, man. So yeah, you know, Sammy gonna step up to the plate, but he gonna learn a lesson real hard. Okada might have the day off on the 5th anniversary.
Oh. I don't know how I feel about Sammy challenging Okada. It's an eliminator, so it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I'm still not that big of a Sammy guy.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how I feel about this one.
I think no matter what happens, it'll end up being good. I don't think they're gonna do 2 in a row though.
Nah, no way. Sammy's not beating Okada.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a good match, but I don't think Sammy's gonna win.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, we'll see what happens. It's gonna happen. I don't think they said it's either gonna be Dynamite or Collision Grand Slam. One of the two.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll talk about it next week.
Yep.
But now we got to talk about Captain Collision.
The captain of Collision.
Mm-hmm.
Hologram.
Hologram is in his long-standing feud with the Premier Athletes because he once again it's Hologram, Kyle O'Reilly, and the Cult Leader with Rocky versus Arya Daivari, Josh Woods, and Tony Nese.
Mm-hmm.
So Hologram versus Premier Athletes continues.
God, the saga continues.
they had a little backstage segment early. They were the conglomeration was gonna get interviewed, but Premier Athletes came interrupted. Mark Sterling, I guess Mark Sterling, Darby Allin, and a couple people went to Town Hall for Springfield because they were in Springfield, Missouri, Mississippi, something like that. They were in Springfield somewhere, and
they're in Illinois.
Yeah. Saturday was AEW Day, and they got celebrated because I guess Mark Sterling is from there.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark Sterling is showing off the fact that he has like this little paper that says AEW Day. Cult Leader Mark Briscoe says that the word for the day is Asukar. So Rocky Romero comes out. So now he is I guess he is going to be the heavy, for lack of a better term, because I can't think of whatever the other word is for everyone. He's going to be the one to cancel out Mark Sterling, basically.
Oh God.
Yeah, we go into the match. I'm not gonna talk about too much of the match because it's literally just Hologram versus the Premier Athletes. We've seen it a few times. We've broken the same match down a few times. I don't have to do it again. I'm not gonna lie. But this time, the person who got the pin was Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe pinned, who was it? He pinned Josh Woods with the J Driller for the win.
Okay.
You're gonna hate what I'm. Oh, you might not hate what I'm gonna say. I don't know why I even said that. I am ready for Captain Collision to wrestle somebody else.
Yeah, same here.
I feel like he's wrestled. I think they even talked about it on commentary, where he's wrestled the Premier Athletes like half of the matches that he's had in AEW.
That's ridiculous, dude.
I don't know. I think it's literally like 4 times, and the Premier Athletes are 0-4 against Hologram.
Hologram, the lone man that takes out the Premier Athletes.
It's time for them to do something else. But that's it. Do you have any thoughts on this match?
So, AEW's Captain Collision wins again. He will continue to be undefeated on Collision for till the end of time. And he'll fight the Premier Athletes every week. Sorry, guys. That's just the breaks.
I'm not gonna hold you. When I was watching Collision, it took me a second. I was like, wait, again? And then on commentary, I think they said like they've wrestled 4 times.
4 times on Collision.
Hologram's been around for 2 months.
So he's wrestled them for a month.
And it's not even like a back and forth thing. They haven't even beaten any version of Hologram's team.
No, he's killed them every time.
It's time to move on.
Yeah. You know how many people he needs to match up with now? There's too many. So get him on, get him in there.
They gave us the match with Mortos, and then immediately just were like, okay, Mark Sterling's team, go.
You're gonna murder the premier athletes for a month.
Uh, but that's all for that. We're not talking about that anymore. Like I said, I didn't even bother breaking down the match because it's damn near the same.
Yeah, identical to the other ones.
Yeah, no point. We go backstage again to MXM. We talked about them on the Collision segment or on the Rampage segment a few minutes ago. Now they have the jacket, but they're not showing it. Mansoor's being real gross, saying like you want me to zip this down and whip this out, and I was uncomfortable. They're not going to show it. They said they're going to wait exactly 1 week. So on Collision Grand Slam, we're going to see what MXM did to Max Caster's jacket. They also laughed at him for being the best wrestler alive, like twice. And it was hilarious.
About time. Yes.
And then just to sew this part up, we got a collision, or we got a collision thing from the Acclaimed also, where Max Caster rapped.
Okay.
He only could do it backstage, I guess. Basically, without getting super far into it, because there's not really a lot. The Acclaimed are not happy that Max Caster's jacket was stolen. That's all it really was. There's nothing else.
Okay.
So at some point next week, we will see what MXM did to Caster's jacket. That's it. That's it. You have any thoughts?
Nope. I got none for this one.
Yeah, I figured. There's really nothing to think about here. So moving on, we have an eliminator match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Mariah May, the champion, is facing Lady Frost.
Cool.
One thing I want to mention is that Mariah was like very lovey-dovey to Nigel. Like, she turned around and was blowing Nigel kisses and almost lost the match.
She's getting them powered up for the Danielson match, man.
I guess. I don't know what's going on there. It's a little weird. But it was a pretty good match. Not really too back and forth. Lady Frost was kind of just doing her thing, doing her gymnastic style. There was one point that was a little weird to me where Mariah May was running in, and then Lady Frost tried to like go up on the top rope. She like did like a back handspring on the top rope.
Yeah.
But I think Mariah kind of was there faster than she should have been because she's taller. So Frost was like doing the backflip up onto the top rope, and Mariah was just kind of standing there. And then Mariah slapped the shit out of her while she was sitting on top rope.
Yeah.
Eventually, after a few minutes, because this match didn't really last long, Mariah May hit Lady Frost with a Storm Zero and got the win. Nothing else really happened from there. Like afterwards, we got like a little thing about the feud between Yuka Sakazaki and Mariah, but we don't have to talk about it. We've kind of talked about the feud on the Dynamite episode, so there's nothing really new there.
Okay. Yeah.
I would be surprised, but do you have any thoughts on this match?
Just happy Lady Frost is getting more time. That's it.
Yeah. Same. Match is pretty good, but other than that, it was, you already kind of knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Next up, we go backstage, and we see someone that we haven't seen in a couple weeks. Willow.
Yay.
Willow's back. Willow basically said that she is upset about the loss, but she's happy she doesn't have to deal with Stokely anymore. And who really lost this since he doesn't have to deal with Stokely? Understandable. Then she said that she was inspired by Yuka because Yuka has that world title match against Mariah. And before Willow can finish her sentence, Deanna and Taya walked up to her. And they were like, "Oh, are you really friends with Yuka? Because if you were, you would be in her corner. So instead, Deanna was like, Yuka, I will offer you protection. You just let me know and I will be there. Willow kind of gave like a little snide comment. And then Taya walked in front of her. It was like, how dare you interrupt Deanna? This led to a match that we're going to be getting on Rampage this Friday between Willow and Taya.
Ooh.
Yes. Also, it seems like that was taped on the same day that Collision was taped, because it's not Rampage Grand Slam. It's just Rampage. And Willow said this will be really good for the people of Springfield. So I guess they taped it already. I'm not going to look at what happened, but I guess that's the thing.
Okay.
Any thoughts on this part?
More Willow, more Taya Valkyrie. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Next up, we got Darby Allin versus Evil Uno of the Dark Order. But before we get into the match, we have to talk about the backstage segment. Evil Uno was about to get interviewed. Darby walks up on him. And Darby was like, we're about to go to war. Did you see what Moxley and his crew did to Private Party? They think you're a joke. They think I'm a joke. I don't want that to happen. And then Darby kind of fired up Evil Uno before the match. So because of that, Evil Uno kind of came into this match very hot. Like, he didn't even do like his pose at the top of the ramp. Nothing. He just kind of walked it down the ramp and rocked Darby. They had a really good back and forth match. I don't have to talk about it too much. It was definitely like a little bit more vicious. Like, probably as violent as they could be without like any blood. They were just kind of beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it looked like Darby was ripping open his mask and trying to bust him open.
So Darby was trying to inspire Evil Uno. It didn't work as well as he would like, because Darby still won the match. Nothing else really happened after that. But it's just really nice to see Evil Uno doing his thing. Evil Uno is always, to me, has always been kind of underrated. And it's really good to see him wrestling and seeing him being taken a little bit more seriously. Any thoughts on this match for you?
No. I'm actually glad Evil Uno is, I think he's kind of been in this weird zone, weird area. Right? Like where after, what's his name passed?
Brody Lee.
Yeah, after Brody Lee passed, they were like in the middle of a thing, and then it's like almost like they almost didn't recover from that. I think it's like they're finally starting to recover from that. Like, it's just they were just in this weird limbo state this whole time. So yeah, it's good to see him like getting back in there.
I have a question for you. I want to see if you remember this. Do you remember when the last time that the Dark Order was part of a big storyline?
With Hangman.
Do you know how long ago that was?
That was like almost a year, or almost 2 years.
2021.
Okay, so like, yeah, shit, it was like 3 years ago. Okay,
right? It doesn't seem like it, right?
No,
but they have been in the background basically since like right after they got back to like live crowds.
Yeah,
and it seems like right now, the whole Moxley thing, it seems like it's Moxley and his crew versus a lot of the, I don't even know how to say it. I don't want to say it I might sound rude, but whatever. A lot of the underutilized talent in AEW.
Oh, looks like you cut out.
Oh, I cut out again?
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay. Like, it's Moxley versus a lot of the underutilized talent in AEW.
It's Moxley versus the Day Ones.
Yeah. like private party, like they have a thing now. It sounds like, well, Hangman and Evil Uno kind of been doing their like little thing back and forth a little bit. But this could be a thing where Darby is bringing in Evil Uno because Darby was saying that like this is going to be like a war. We can. It seems like we're going to be a lot of the younger ones are going to be progressing finally, which is nice to see.
Yeah, that would be good to see. Yeah, can't wait to see where it goes.
Right after this, we got Jeff Jarrett. And without getting to the whole promo, because I feel like low-key, Jeff Jarrett's like an old vet, likes to talk a lot. He didn't have to talk as much as he did. He basically challenged Hangman to a lumberjack strap match at Grand Slam. Okay. That's all that was.
So yeah, he signed his death wish. Okay.
Pretty much. But he did it. He was very fired up when he did it. He was mad at Hangman. He was mad at him being his ego and all this other shit. So we're gonna see Jeff Jarrett die next week.
Yeah. He's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Next up, the second women's match of the night. Mm-hmm. Serena Deeb versus Queen Aminata. One of my favorite matches of the night. My queen was in it. I mean, what can I say? To start, it was noted that Queen Aminata came into the building hot. She was like heated. Apparently, she ran up to Tony Khan, said she wanted a match. She got the match for Serena Deeb. And let me tell you, this was basically as close to like a strong style match that you could get.
Oh, really?
Queen Aminata was beating the shit out of Serena Deeb.
Oh, wow.
Like, it started with a very aggressive collar and elbow tie-up. Like, Queen Aminata got Serena Deeb on the ground from the collar and elbow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There was a point where Queen Aminata does that little kick through the bottom and middle rope. Looked like she took Deeb's head clean off.
Yeah.
So Deeb stepped it up. So Deeb was also kind of hitting hard in this match too. Like harder than I think I've seen Deeb hit in a long time. Like to the point where this match was getting like a "this is awesome" chant from the crowd.
Because it is awesome.
It was such a good match. Sadly, though, my queen lost. Queen Aminata got hit with the dragon screw through the ropes, and then Deeb followed up with her Deeb talks to pin my queen. But that's okay, because near the end of this episode, we're going to talk about her now as a warning. I know. We don't have to get into her for super long. There was a tease earlier in the match, or earlier in the night, for the 5th anniversary, that Britt Baker is going to be coming back in Pittsburgh on the 5th anniversary show. And she's going to have a match. Mm-hmm. Serena Deeb challenged Britt Baker to that match. So more than likely, it's not official yet, but it will be. For the 5th anniversary, we're going to get Britt Baker versus Serena Deeb. Your thoughts on... We'll start with the match first before we get... We'll start with Queen Aminata versus Serena Deeb before we get into the other thing. Any thoughts on the women's match?
Only the highest praise I can give for the match. They brought it. They beat the shit out of each other. And, it looked great. And, Queen, again, said it every week so far with Queen Aminata in there. She's improving every week. Getting better, getting like way, way better. So yeah, what else is there to say other than like yeah, they stepped out there, they kicked ass. Now for part two.
I'm gonna let you go. Do your thing.
No, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm not gonna fucking rant for an hour. I could. I totally could, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say this. I hope they put that match super early on the card so it doesn't stink up the rest of the night. Like just put it up there early and then have something like Osprey and Ricochet right after that so we can get the crowd back. Because that's gonna be a crowd killer, man. Like yeah, that's all I'll say about it. I'm not gonna get into the weeds for with this one. Um, not if you know, you obviously people obviously know I'm not a fan of Britt Baker. And again, with the level of talent in the women's division, she ain't up to par, and she not trying to get better. So, with all that, I'm not inclined to like this. I don't like. That's like the main reason why I don't like Britt Baker. She just doesn't do the reps, doesn't do anything. While I see everybody else doing the reps, going to Japan and doing all the other stuff. Shit, we have Layla Graves training in the New Japan dojo.
Hell yeah.
She's gonna come out a beast. Meanwhile, Britt Baker's sitting on her couch eating fucking ice cream. That's the difference. Uh, yeah, no, I'm not gonna get too far into it. I just think, um, we need get that match done as soon as possible. Don't wait until the end of the night because it could kill them. It could easily kill the mood of the night, especially when you have a match like a high profile match like Osprey and Ricochet on there. You don't want the crowd to go cold at a certain time. You want them hot. You want them hot the whole time. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. Not I'm not gonna get super far into it either. I don't think we have to at this point. I feel like everyone kind of knows where we stand. I the only thing is, it's probably smart to bring her back in her hometown, because more than likely she's not gonna get booted out of the building. That's the hope, right? Well, I mean, we'll see what happens after, but yeah, she's back. That's cool. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe get some reps on Rampage. Maybe Ring of Honor or something. I don't know. I'll stop.
We know that's not gonna happen. We know she's not going nowhere. She's gonna be on Dynamite, taking up a bunch of time. But neither here nor there. We will move on to this is technically the main event, but there's one more segment after this.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Mortos, the Grizzly Young Vets, Roosh, and Roderick Strong versus I'm going to call them now the Leeches, FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler, who decided to stick themselves to the new hotness, which is the Outrunners, Truth Magnum, and Turbo Floyd, along with Hook. FTR came out with like sunglasses like the Outrunners. Cash got into the ring and started doing the spin with the Outrunners. This might be a subject for another time, but we really do need to talk about how FTR just kind of sticks themselves to whatever is popular.
Mm-hmm.
It's very weird. I'm not going to talk about the match fully too. I can say this: everyone got their time to shine, which is really dope. Yeah. The one thing I'm going to talk about from this match is Turbo Floyd doing all those damn body slams.
Yes.
Bro.
The body slams of doom.
The Outrunners are so fun to watch. And this is what a lot of people have been saying this, and it's the truth. You don't need to be super crazy and do a bunch of crazy moves Sometimes you just have to have the personality and you're fine.
Yeah.
Outrunners have the personality. Like Truth did, like Floyd did like what 7 body slams. The crowd went crazy the entire time.
Yeah. So it's that's all you need. Like sometimes if you got it, you got it, right? Like
Yeah.
um, and I think they're I think they're like their popularity rose like I won't say out of nowhere, but it felt like it was out of nowhere.
It low key was kind of out of nowhere because they went from not really getting a lot of TV time to getting a couple squash matches, and then like it felt like literally the next week people started going crazy for them.
Yeah,
And the
it
one
started doing 80s style vignettes and stuff, and it started taking off after that.
and the one thing I love about AEW, if talent gets over by themselves, they're not gonna try to stop it.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna make man them.
Yeah. Ending of this match. Oh, actually, it's about to happen on screen for us right now. Roosh hits Dax with the bull's horns and gets the pinfall. Roosh pinned Dax.
Yes, sir.
And I said it earlier about Mortos and Roddy, but I can easily see Roosh and Mortos being World Tag Team Champions also.
Oh, easy. Easy. That's a layup.
Yeah. But that's really all I have for this match. Like I said, I didn't want to talk about it too much. A lot was happening. Do you have any thoughts on this match?
I'm glad everybody got a chance to shine. There was a lot of people. It was a 10-man tag. So the fact that everybody got their chance to shine, get in there, get their shit in, and Rouge picking up the victory. Yeah, that's good stuff. And always happy to see the Outrunners on the screen. Because yeah, it's like what some people have said, and I completely agree with it. People think FTR is what 80s tag team wrestling was. Nope, it wasn't. The Outrunners is really what 80s tag team wrestling is.
Yep.
Like down to like everything they do. Like that like if you want an example of 80s tag team wrestling, it's the Outrunners. So yeah, 100%.
It was such a fun match. But now we have to talk about the final segment of the night.
Okay.
Nigel Mcguinness grabbed the mic and in Nigel Mcguinness fashion basically begged Danielson to accept the match. It's not going to sound like begging, but realistically, he was begging. Nigel was talking about how scared Danielson was of him. But then Tony Schiavone got up, interrupted him, and said Danielson's not afraid of you. He's not cleared. If he was, he'd be in the ring with you. And Schiavone also said, which actually, I think it legitimately pissed off Nigel, because Nigel is insane. Tony said that Bryan Danielson is the greatest professional wrestler he has ever seen in his career. And Nigel looked so pissed. He said, "You're lucky. If you were anyone else, I would have beat the shit out of you." Basically, he didn't say that, but he's like, "If you're anyone else, I'll beat the shit out of you. Go sit down. If you have any respect for me and you don't want to shred my dignity anymore, go sit down and go shut up." Tony went to go sit down. Then Nigel walked down to the ring and basically in Nigel way pleaded, because Nigel said that you are afraid of me. The reason that you don't want to do this match, the reason you haven't accepted, is because you know what I know. I am just as good as you, and I will destroy you in the ring. And I'm gonna actually read this verbatim because this is insane, by the way.
Okay.
His last lines were, once again, "You're taking away from me the one thing I deserve. But this time it doesn't matter. This time, even if you don't show up, I will still be vindicated because the world knows why. The ball is in your court. I hope you choose option A, which is the match, having the match, and show up. Because if there is a God in heaven, it will happen. And if there's not, may the devil hear my prayer." And that's how Collision ended.
Oh, wow.
Nigel has fucking lost it. This is the closest he's been to this Danielson match. So now he is doing literally anything he can to make sure that Danielson shows up. Because he's so jealous.
Yeah. There is something I've been noticing, just from this playback. I don't think it's going to happen next week. I don't think the match is going to happen. I think it's going to happen at WrestleDream. So as he was talking, like, they were highlighting WrestleDream in the background the whole time.
Yeah, they were.
So
wait to see that final shot too.
Yeah, I think they're foreshadowing this is going to happen at WrestleDream. It's not going to happen at Grand Slam. Because Nigel is not going to stop.
No, he's not. Like, Nigel has, like, legitimately snapped. Like, for a majority of Collision, he always talks about Danielson, right? Like, always.
Oh, yeah.
Brittle Bryan, all this kind of stuff. But this episode, every chance he got, he took a shot at Danielson. Like, more than he usually would. But this is the closest he's been to this match. And he said it. He said it a couple times. That Danielson's career should be his.
Mm-hmm.
And he's calling Danielson a coward because he doesn't want to get in the ring with him. He even went as far to call his injury fake.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's wild. I've never seen someone so delusional in my life. If we've talked about it before, we're not going to get too far into it. But if you've seen the matches, Nigel wasn't really that. Like, Nigel is a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong. Nigel really wasn't that guy. Nigel literally could never beat Danielson straight up. Ever. So just, if it doesn't happen next week, I am afraid of what Nigel's going to do. Because you see him right now. I don't know if you have the sound on, but look at him.
Yeah, he's losing his shit. He wants this match. That's why I feel like something's going to happen, and it's going to happen at WrestleDream. I think that's where we're going with this.
What if? Can I tell you something crazy? So I don't think this is gonna happen. But WrestleDream is in Seattle, right? Oh, Tacoma, yeah. In Washington.
In Washington, yeah.
If you're right, and we do get that match at WrestleDream, think about this. There's a way to get that title off of Danielson pretty quick.
Yeah.
Christian got that contract.
Okay. Oh, I see you. I see you.
What if Danielson shows up next week and Christian comes out before the match starts? Because Nigel loves Christian.
Mm-hmm.
What if Christian tries to force Nigel to give up the match at WrestleDream so he can use the contract to take the championship from Danielson?
I don't think Christian would ever do that.
Why not? Why wouldn't he?
Because Christian would wait until Danielson's beat up. It's an anytime contract. He ain't trying to fight Danielson straight up.
He has Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne to jump him
Right.
before the match starts.
Right. So him and Nigel and Bryan Danielson go. Let's say they have a 20-minute war.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh yeah. See that thing at the end, showing Wrestle Dream. It's
Yeah, see, that's the shot I was talking about.
They did the WWE shot. Into it. Okay. Let me break this down.
Yeah, go for it.
So him and Nigel, they have a 20-minute war. Danielson wins. He's in that same condition he was last time where he could barely get up.
Uh-huh.
Luchasaurus then comes down again. Him and Nick Wayne just beat the shit out of Danielson. Christian takes his sweet time going to the ring. And when he feels that Danielson is beat up enough, like, they damn near kill him, he cashes in. That's all he gotta do. He just cashes in right there.
Yeah.
And he hits the kill switch and it's done. He pins a 1, 2, 3. I honestly, the way Christian is, I don't see him like trying to fight Danielson straight up. Never. Like he wouldn't do that.
he still doesn't have to. Like he can get Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne to jump him before Danielson and Nigel even touch. Because right now we don't even know if Danielson's cleared, right?
Right, for Grand Slam.
Mm-hmm.
But he will more than likely be cleared for Wrestle Dream. And we all know it's going to probably be him and Mcguinness.
Mm-hmm.
And then Moxley is going to be waiting in the wings too. Like there's like all these avenues that can happen. Like Christian might not cash in for another 5 months.
That would be insane.
Because what are you going to do with that lunatic Moxley running around? Like he wants to beat Danielson himself, it seems like. He just wants that world title. And he's probably going to go for the easiest person he can get the title from, that he feels is the easiest person to get the title from. I don't know why Brent Danielson would be the easiest person, but
yeah.
But Moxley knows something we don't. And he'll probably try to block Christian every time he tries to cash in. So he's going to have to deal with Moxley first also. So this can go like all kinds of ways. Like Moxley just shows up and is like, nah, we're not letting you.
Okay, then I'll ask you this. Do you think Nigel and Danielson are going to wrestle on Wednesday?
No.
I agree with you there. I don't think they're going to wrestle either.
Yeah, I for sure don't think they're going to wrestle on Wednesday. I feel like all them shots were showing Wrestle Dream. I feel like it's going to be on Wrestle Dream.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with you there. I definitely don't think they're going to be wrestling on Wednesday.
Right.
The how is insane. Like, we don't know what can happen. Anything can happen.
Anything. Yeah, literally.
The one thing I hope, though, I hope they just don't do like a dance is not here, is not cleared. It can't be that. Like, he has to be there. And something has to happen for them to not touch.
Oh, well, could be he shows up and he gets jumped by Moxley and crew. Who knows?
Oh, God.
Or he gets jumped by Killswitch and Nick Wayne when he comes back. Moxley and crew runs him off because Moxley's still, he's not going to let Christian cash in. So then he's, again, not cleared to wrestle.
Oh, God.
That can happen, too.
Oh, God.
There's a lot of train wrecks that's going to happen.
Danielson's going to retire at Wrestle Dream.
No, I doubt it.
You don't think him and Nigel having the final match would be like his like little full-time sign-off?
Nah.
When do you think he's gonna lose the title?
God. He still wants to do New Japan, man. I see him, if anything, making it to the Tokyo Dome.
January 5th.
Yeah.
What if Christian cashes in January 5th in Japan?
Oh, that would be hilarious. It's either January 5th, because, like, wait, that's the show with them, New Japan, and CMLL, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I could totally see it in the Tokyo Dome. I could also see Danielson wrestling the night before uh at New Japan
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom.
at Wrestle Kingdom. Like this year's gonna be interesting, man. Because AEW is gonna be in the area. So all kinds of shit can happen like Wrestle Kingdom this year.
It's so exciting. It's not only AEW but New Japan. They're both in such interesting places right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it is crazy that we're so close to Danielson Mcguinness, and we're not gonna get it.
So close yet so far.
Or we could be wrong. They could just do the match.
Yeah, they could. They could just do the match. But I feel I feel it. You hear it here right now. If this was live, it would be September 22nd, 2024. I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think they've put too much on the if Danielson is cleared for this to happen.
Yeah.
But that's Collision. We talked about Rampage. Do you have any thoughts overall about the week of AEW before we sign off?
As usual, week of AEW solid. Good solid week of AEW, good solid week of wrestling. All the shows I've watched this week, shit, you can't go wrong, man. Like between AEW and TNA, they both have solid shows. They're AEW, slowed down a little, but understandable because they were in like high octane for like 4 months, setting up two pay-per-views literally at the same time. So yeah, there's going to be a little. I won't even say it's slow. It's just not dialed up to 20, right? It's like 7 or 8 right now. Is what they're dialed to. So we're leading. We're going to be leading into Wrestle Dream. So we got 5th anniversary and Grand Slam. Both of those are going to go crazy. So yeah, man, I am excited. I can't wait. And every week is even more exciting that when AEW Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage are coming on. So yeah, it's going to be great. How about you, man?
I really enjoyed this week of AEW. I'm very excited to see what's going to be happening. This is definitely, like you said, this is definitely like the slow burn period. We have a lot of people are going to be coming back. We have a lot of different scenarios that can happen in AEW right now. I think this is just a really exciting time. Like we're still like Swerve's still gone. Kenny's going to be coming back soon. Kota Ibushi's going to be coming back soon. Tony Storm's gone. Right? There's a lot of heavy hitters that are probably going to be coming back pretty soon. So I will enjoy this slow period while we have it, because I'm pretty sure once 5th anniversary happens, we're going to be nonstop till we get to Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty.
Yeah. They're about to hit the throttle again. And I wouldn't be surprised if Swerve shows back up next week at Grand Slam. Just a thought.
He shows up as one of the lumberjacks.
He shows up early. And yeah, like we got all those people. I think Tony Storm's doing the Japan tour though. I think she's wrestling somebody for. I think she's wrestling challenge somebody for the challenge. What's her name for the Stardom title?
Yeah, she's wrestling for the I think she's wrestling for the red belt. I'm pretty sure. I need to check to make sure, but she's definitely wrestling soon in Japan.
Yeah. So it's not like she's taking time off. She's for sure staying active in wrestling at other places, and then you're going to probably make her way back here.
She's wrestling. Toni Storm is going to be wrestling Mayu Iwatani for the IWGP Women's Title. That's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
And it happens. Oh shit! It happens October 5th.
My God, man, what the fuck is up with October, bro?
Oh my God. Also, fun fact while we're here, before we end the show, this October 5th show is going to be broadcasted in English.
Oh.
So this is the first time in like over a year that Stardom's going to get a live English broadcast.
Wow.
So I will be there.
Oh no.
But that's it. That's all we got.
All right. Time for you to sign us off today.
Oh man, okay. Thank you all so much for watching the podcast. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button. Share it with all your friends. Tell them all that we talk about wrestling, that we are the best wrestling podcast on the planet, because we are. Make sure you throw us a comment. Let us know anything that you liked about the show, anything that you want to talk about. Definitely let us know so we can talk about it on the show. Make sure to hit the subscribe button because you don't want to be missing these episodes. We got a lot of episodes coming out this week. Make sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell so you can see all of our videos all the time because, again, we're the best podcast on the planet. And as always, make sure you enjoy wrestling, and we will talk to you later. Later, y'all.
Peace.